In our last video, we talked about setting up the options for the site. This particular video, we're going to be talking about the personnel management with roles and how you can bulk add users. So we know that whenever you're coming from one application to another application, as far as your user database, you don't want to have to import them all one at a time. And so what we did is we provided a way for you to easily import all your users. And you'll click this add users here. And right here where you could upload customers from a spreadsheet, you would just have to export all your customers in whatever application that you're using and save them to a database file. Something similar to, let me show you a demo one. And for YouTube's information, we are using all fake data for this because you're not allowed to use, real data. So this is all fake data that I got from a sample website that will help you, test your software and everything. And you can see you got first name, last name, company name, and all this. So it would be a file like this that you've downloaded from your trash application software. So we're going to click Upload Customers from the spreadsheet. Then we'll click the file, and then we'll go ahead and go into this demo file of all these fake users and click Open. The next thing we're going to do is click Upload, and here we have to set whatever's in your database to the database that we're going to have it set up in. So we'll set first name to first name. We'll set last name to last name. And if you just had their full name, you would just select name here. But don't use name unless you have their full name. So first name, last name. The company name we'll just set to attention or company name. The address, this will be their street address. So street. Set the city to the city. Set country to country. Set state to state. Set your zip code to your zip code. Set your phone number to the phone number. And if there's a phone too, just skip it. You want to set your email to the email and set, if there's any other fields that you think would be helpful to you, you could just put it in comments. Now you got to make sure that you don't use these over. So instead of, if you set this to name and this to name, the application won't work. So you want to set the first name to first name, set last name to last name. Okay? And then all you want to do, and just to show you, let me go ahead and open this in a new tab here. You can see that we only have one town, Ludlow, and that's me in here. Okay? So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and upload this database into our application. Whoop, I'm sorry. I got to do it again. So we'll go ahead and upload this again, set the last name to the last name, or first name to the first name, last name to the last name, your company name to attention company name. Your address is just the street. The city will be set to city. Country is set to your country. The state, of course, would be state. Zip code to zip code. Your phone to the phone. Email, we'll set to the email. And the web, we're just going to set to comments. Okay, now the mistake I made is I clicked upload again, and you see what happened. It brought me back to this page. But what I wanted to click is save customers in database. All right, so let's go ahead and click save. Now it's taken all that information and uploading it to the application. And it could be thousands, it could be 10,000, but they will all get uploaded into the database. Now let's go to the manage, and then we'll click on the menu item. Now you can see all these cities that we imported in just a few seconds. And for your information, there's over 500 people of fake data that we brought in there. So now that we have all the people in here, you're going to have all those people in there. Now you could add, if you wanted to add them one at a time. So for example, let's go ahead and add Jack Smack. So I'm going to put his last name first because that's the way the application works, and then put his first name, just like so. Jack Smack, we'll put him at 29 Water Street in our little village of Ludlow, PA. City of Ludlow, it's just a village. PA, and then zip code is 16333. Mailing address would be P.O. Box 276, Ludlow, PA 16333. The email will be maximusupclose@gmail.com. His phone number, we'll just do 555-555-5555. And this is very important. You want to make sure you only give them a role as customer, okay, brand new customer. Type of account is going to be a personal account. Now, if you look at these roles here, if you were going to hire a driver, you give them a driver role. A helper for the driver, you give them a helper role. A mechanic, you give them a mechanic role. Then you have vendors. And a manager has control over everything and sees exactly everything that we see here, okay? Now, a dispatcher is very close to the manager, but a dispatcher can't see like the money flow and stuff like that. So we're just going to have Jack Smack be a regular customer. And the type of account he has is just going to be a personal account. Now, if they have a business account, you could choose business account. Maybe they're an employee. So if the role was a helper, driver, any of these other ones, you would definitely, the type of account would be an employee account. Possibly it's a landlord. And a lot of times you'll find this with trash companies where the landlord lives out of state, but he has several properties. So you would make them a landlord. In relation to that, if it's just tenants, but the landlord gets the invoice, you want to make, if the person's a tenant, you want to make them a tenant. And then we just have other type. But we're just going to, for the majority of the time, it's just going to be a personal account. And here you could give Jack Smack a password. If they were an employee, you could put their hourly salary. Now, notice here, route. There's no route assigned. Now, we haven't created routes yet, but that's coming up in our tutorial. Now, Jack Smack, maybe he's a senior citizen. Maybe he was born September 27th, 1948. And if we have senior discounts, like we mentioned in the last video, he'll get those senior discounts. If you don't have senior discounts enabled, of course, he won't get it. But every year on September 27th, he'll get a birthday card from you, thanking him for being a good customer. And then, so we click Add. You'll notice a few things happen. An email was sent to the managers, letting you know that a customer was added and so forth, so on and so forth. Now, you get all kind of reports and stuff like that. Excuse me, from here. So if you ever wanted to download your entire user database, it's just a click of a button. Or if you wanted to have a database spreadsheet that you keep on your computer, you could just do a simple customer download. But you can always look for the customers here, and we'll be talking more about the search later. But also on this page, you get a quick glimpse of who your employees are, if you have any employees, your dispatchers, whoever your drivers are, your throwers or helpers, your mechanics, whoever they are, your vendors, and then, of course, your managers. Of course, I'm the only one on here. So, and the rest of the people would just be your customers. But that's pretty much it on how to add people in bulk or add them one at a time. And then, like I said, the most important thing is the type of account or the role. So you don't want to ever give anybody a manager or dispatcher role. Manager gives them control over everything. All right, that's all for this video. This is Max with Waste Management Panda Software, and I'll see you in the next video.